Let's talk together about grief. I've been through a sequence of challenging life situations in recent years, from cancer, COVID lockdown, retirement, to home care, providing for my husband, and grieving his death. My response to radical events like these is to take action. The more demanding the situation is, the less I focus on how I'm feeling about it and just get on with doing what must be done. After 8 years of this, I finally hit a wall. Counseling helped me realize that my own well-being was slowly being eroded. I came to understand that each crisis added to the stresses of the ones before. It was the accumulation of them that became traumatic, weighing down my resistance. I sought help from friends, clergy, counselors, and studied with grief and trauma experts. I learned that each one of us determines what is traumatic in our own world, and that a healthy response to trauma is to allow grief to be felt. Successful navigation of grief involves acknowledging feelings, letting them be heard, validated, and attended to. Grief is a journey. There are many surprises along the way, often difficult, sometimes remarkable, bringing new learnings and insights. Think of grief as a pathway. Even when a traumatic event hits, we are thrust unwillingly onto this pathway. At first, the path is narrow, the ground's bumpy, even hilly and muddy, threatening trees loom overhead and block the sun. Maybe there are thorny bushes or poison ivy close to our feet. It's unfamiliar, even terrifying. Maybe the path runs through a poppy field where we experience brain fog and fatigue. All we want to do is sleep. If lucky, we have guides and supporters along the way, but maybe not. This is early grief. Eventually the path widens, trees are friendlier, thorns give way to grasses, and the poppies fade away. Terrors of early grief soften. Memory of the initial event never leaves us. We will never not be changed by it. There will still be bumps and circular side trails which pull us back onto the initial pain of loss and memories of a life now changed. I call this transitional grief. Finally, we're in a meadow. The sun shines, the breeze is warm, we can breathe. This is mature grief. This is the point when our energy returns. We'll never forget, but now we're able to replace the pain of loss and form a new purpose for a new life. How long does this journey take? Varies with each of us. Depends on how we feel about what's happened, whether or not our available resources can help us, and how resilient we are. The event could be a job loss, breakup of a relationship, death of a spouse, family member, or a dear friend. It could even be a move, illness, estranged family, or loss of community, or even country. Trying to cope with these changes alone is difficult, if not impossible, and can lead to isolation and even clinical depression. Grievers need people to walk alongside them, hold space with them. They want, no need, to talk about what happened and how they feel about it. And even someone to sit in silence with them. Sometimes simply having the practicalities of living looked after can help, especially in the early stage. They may appreciate a meal or laundry service provided, being driven to appointments, a visit, phone call, every few days at first, then weekly and monthly. They want to be remembered and supported, and if they've lost someone dear, they want to be able to talk about that person and share memories. Whether you're grieving or know someone who is, I wish you solace and healing in this journey. If you resonate with this message, please like it and share it. Subscribing to this channel means that you will know when I post again. I invite you to make an appointment to meet with me confidentially online. The website and email are in the notes below. I'm a certified grief educator, writer, and poet living in Victoria, BC, Canada. You will find more of my work using your favorite search engine.